Good morning from Montana. Those mountains today. Hey, Snowy. Hey, am I back? Sorry about that. Oh, thanks, Jennifer, for stopping by. All right, if it starts going in and out and loading a lot, let me know, please. Is that Esther? Hi. Esther? Yes, hi. From England. Well, how's the weather over there in England today? It's supposed to be cool all week, guys, like in the 70s. It's supposed to be cloudy. It's supposed to rain today. These are good days to put up the time lapse on the mountains over there. These are the mountains I do my time lapse on. And you can see all the mountain. You can see the clouds rolling in and out. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't really have anything particular to talk about today. I just thought I'd give you a good morning ring. Hey, Judy. Hey, hi, Holly. Sorry, guys. Did that disconnect again? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I got some sleep. Oh, thanks, Kelly. You just watched the video. Hey, Pat. Yeah, I just got that done this morning, editing it. So I'm like, I'm gonna get that posted and then I'll get a live going. We've had to set the trap lately. We've caught a skunk. Come on, Cake. See if the turkey can make it. They are beautiful mountains. I want to know about that haul of jars. All right, Susie, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, look at this. Yes, good morning, Steamy. One of the roosters there. Good morning, Lynette. So cool, it's gonna be 90 here in California. Woo! Watch the chicken video too. Thanks. It was just a small video. I was trying to do a little more interviewing with Betty Jan, but you know, kids, they cooperate all the time, 100% all the time, right? Right? Yeah. Let's go back over to these jars then. To let the chickens out now. Betty Jan's gonna be mad. There's our truck that broke down. Darn truck. Now it's just sitting there looking pretty. That's my job. How you guys doing all today? All right, let's come over here to the jars. I counted them all up, you guys. It is way more than I thought. It was a lot of work. This is pretty much what I did yesterday. Oh, look, and we got a canopy from a sponsor. That's going to be featured in the jar video because we set it up. Because it was raining yesterday, so we set it up to keep it from raining on us. Okay. I separated them by, hey, Caroline. Good morning, Marcia. That's a lot of jars. Yeah, field of jars. Hey, Chris. If you guys are closer. Do you want to know the running total? You want to know? Can anybody guess? Let's try and guess first. How many jars are they? Including, like, I have some jelly jars back there that are kind of just like no-name brands. And then this section here is all ball. I mean, I have them separated by dozen, so you guys could probably guess. And these cherries still have pits in them. Do you think you can grow cherries from pits that have been sealed in a jar for 65 years plus years? Because they haven't accessed this. Where did I get this? Okay, come over here with me. I got a chair. So I got Ball brands. I got Kerr brands. Ugh. It's okay. Sorry, guys. Kind of jerky. And then there was a couple of jar names that I didn't recognize. Hi, Cindy. Wow, I'm preserving too, but not to that scale. I mean, I wasn't planning on preserving to this scale either, but 200 Judy guesses, 250 Holly guesses, tons of jars, 175. Hey, Jim. Nope. More. 303 jars total out of all of them. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dozen are vintage Ball. 4 dozen are vintage Kerr. Is that, am I saying that right? Kerr. And then we have a bunch of big pickle jars. Let's see. All right, let me try flipping you around. I'm going to flip you out. Wait, not yet. Working on it. Okay, there we go. So these are a bunch of like no-name jars. You got the no-name jars here. But look at that. It doesn't have years on these, which I wish it did. This is 1 quart dill pickles. And then like even this is so sturdy. Look how strong that lip is. So like even these, I would say these would probably hold up to canning, you know. Look at this one. It's got the crystal on there. Same thing. You guys know how to read the jars on the bottom? I need to look that up. Probably include that in my video. They have a lot of these ones. Douglas. And I think these are mustard jars. One of them kind of had a label that said mustard. That's a lot of mustard. A quart of mustard. You know, just... Here's this. Armor? Keep refrigerating. I cannot get these lids off. These are going to be hard. Some of these lids I cannot get off. I was trying to... I did wear gloves. I'm not wearing them right now, but... some of these were like pickled pig's feet. And some of these... And then we got big jars in the back there. Sending heart, love seeing your morning, Mama. Looks beautiful. Thank you, Jima. Oh, hey, Angela. 303. I know. Hey, Erica. I love old glass jars too. Morning, LaTanya. Some of the off jars won't take regular canning lids, but I know you'll fill them great use. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Which ones will take regular canning lids and which ones won't. Like, here's a big, giant pickle jar. Holy moly. I'm just blown away. And this guy was literally, he was cleaning it out for, like, an old family friend. Look at this old Cheese Whiz one. Like, in this jar, it kind of gets a little slimmer as it goes down. It's a little different. Get out of here, chickens. I'm trying to have a conversation. Some of this food is really bad, guys. Like, some of the jars, the seals have held up. But on other ones, they haven't, but they're so rusted. Let me switch around. Okay, they're so rusted that it's hard to even get them out there. But I definitely caught myself gagging. I was off camera, but you could hear it. Oh, boy. Like, oh, here's one. I couldn't get off. If the roosters are too loud, let me know. We can go inside. They're starting to bug me. But this one, I couldn't get the lid off. And I don't smell it right now, but I'm looking at it. It's pretty gross. But I can't get that rusted. But the whole inside rusted out and literally just fell apart. So I'm going to put that one a little further away. So some of that, and then there's this, like, I was trying, if they had a good label on them, I was trying not to get them, like, I sprayed it all down with the hose, so I was trying not to get the label ruined. But the guy who was cleaning it out, get out of here, sweetie pie. Got something I can throw at you? Get out of here. That was a bad idea. Get out of here. That's all right. They're old, so they're sturdy. Oh, you hear him talking to me now? He's like, who you throwing towel at? What was I talking about? Oh, the labels. Yeah, so he has said he picked off a bunch of the labels and he's going to make a collage for the owners. And I was like, dude, you could probably sell those. There was like an old Miracle Whip one. Miracle Whip. Yeah, Miracle Whip. Here's some of the seeds for some of the cherries I was able to get out. They still had the pits in them when they canned them. I'm like, I don't know. I guess we could try it. It never hurts to try it. Make sure you're liking this video if you're getting here. Okay, what they did is the same as what you do. They reused jars that were reusable. Okay, good. Morning, Pam. Oh, I just love those pickle jars. I store flour and sugar in them and other dry good flour or other dry foods. Yes, they are great. I'm super excited for them. They're big too, big pickle jars. So that's one thing that I've been doing all weekend was picking up all those jars. I'm going to run some through the dishwasher, some that are pretty clean. I'll start there and see how many I can start getting knocked. So far, I've only found one with a chip. I did get some pints as well, but these are mostly quarts and like jelly jars. This one does have some chips along the edge there. That is the only one so far that I have found that is chipped. But like I said, I haven't been into though. But the ones that are sealed, I'm assuming that those are going to be fine because they are still sealed, you know? So it's some of the ones that are still look like they're sealed, but they're the food's bad inside of it, you know, so. And then there's some pickles. Let me show you. Let me get the pickle jar. This one I can't get open either. But look, that food it looks good, you know? It looks perfectly fine. Like they just canned it a couple of years ago. Now, the ones that I did get open, like the peaches, there's a lot of fruit. Peaches, pears, probably pears, because pears are really popular here. So pears and cherries. And the ones that I did open, they didn't smell bad, but they were just mush. So I wonder if these will just be mush as well. But look, they even put onions in there. This is 65-year-old food. Wow. I don't know. I'm just blown away by the whole fact of preserving food and canning. And it's like, and once you start doing it, it's just so simple. It's like, man, it's just, I don't know. I find it as a superpower to be able to preserve food, especially for that long, you know? Just, wow, it's amazing. Oh, good morning, Melissa. Coffee emojis, guys. I also do them to quick pickle in my fridge. Nice. Some you might need to boil to get open. Oh, that's a good idea. When dry canning flour, remember to use the pop. You pop the seal, flour will fly out over you in your kitchen. Thank you, Caroline. That's good to know. I remember as a kid, my mom and grandma canned cherries with pits. It's a lot easier than sitting there pitting them all and then canning them, just to throw them in there, and then you can deal with the pits later. Like, I literally just squeezed the cherry and the pit came right out. So maybe they had something going on there instead of sitting there too and de-pitting every single one, you know. Vinegar was my best friend when I did a project like this, and a butter knife. Sometimes the rust in the plastic seal really likes to stick. They really do, and sometimes the rust just like disintegrates in your hands. I do have vinegar. So you said vinegar helps eat the rust, and a butter knife. All right, I will give that a try because it's like the rings themselves are on there. This is why you shouldn't store them with the rings on, guys, because you never know when 65 years later, you might need to take those rings off. Those pickles look good. Can you read any of the labels? None on the top. Like, they did not mark anything on the top, and all of the top ones are super rusty. Like, you could see ball, vac seal, but no, really, I've just been throwing these away because there are no clear writing. My pickles are almost always mush anyway. I've gone to refrigerated pickles. Okay, I got some pickle crisps this year, so I'm going to give that a try and see if that helps. Good morning, Sharon. Reminds me of the movie's Holes when they find the canned fruit. Yes! Oh, hey, Sarah. Hey, Martine. Welcome. Make sure your thumbs up if you're just getting here. It would be nice to see a date. I know I haven't seen a date on anything. He did find an old newspaper, the guy who's cleaning it out. So I got some footage of that, of him like looking at the old newspaper and stuff. So that's kind of cool. And I got a little bit of him talking about it. It's gonna be super fun though. That's what they say about me. I'm old, but I'm sturdy. Yep, that's right. Good morning, Patty. Pickle Chris is great with my okra and jalapenos. I may try cucumber sometime. Yes, I think I'm gonna do it because the food bank, I got a bunch of little dill pickles, like gherkins is what they kind of look like. So I bought pickle crisp over the winter when it was cheaper, because it can be pretty expensive. So, but I'm gonna try it. Refrigerator pickles seem to still be crunchy, huh? Maybe I need to go to those too. I can use my big pickle jar, just make a bunch of them, keep it in my garage fridge. Your chicken's running around, make me want one. Just one, Sarah. Just get one. I don't know what happened. Or you could have a giant turkey. You see the turkey over there. I love gherkins. We'll be watching for that video for sure. Yes, I don't know if I want to do sweet gherkins. Those are good too. Oh, thank you, Patty. Sweet gherkins, and then I could just use some for regular, like dill. Oh, just looking at all these jars makes me tired. Like, holy moly, that was a lot of work. Took up the whole driveway. Sweet, yes. My mom puts like sweet gherkins in her tuna fish. That's the only time she ever uses it. No, if I get one, the nugget would insist on friends for it. Turkeys are as huge as swans. I'm terrified of swans. Swans are mean. Swans are mean. I would be terrified of swans too. Swans, geese, ducks are even mean. Like that whole side of the family. Roosters can be mean, but it's really nice out today, guys. The wind's blowing, blue skies. It's nice. We purged a little bit. I got a bunch of bikes that the kids are getting rid of because they have up in size in bikes again. So I got a pile. I'm looking at all the stuff all around me, like but we did a little bit of cleaning. I'm so happy I made your live chat. Me too, Patty. I am always happy when you make my chats as well. We live in the city. I don't think Grandpa would appreciate that. Well, just get a hen. Hens aren't as they're not loud like roosters, because like in some cities you can have hens, but you can't have roosters because of the crowing. Good morning, Lana. But yeah, swans. Betty Jan wants a emu, is a bird she eventually wants, and a peacock. So look forward to those in the future, right? Whenever we get our own homestead. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I have a lot of kitchen work to do, some preserving. I got to film some stuff, edit some stuff. I did just get that chicken video up, and then I have a couple of other videos. Like, so I'm debating like on my first day volunteering at the food bank. I don't know if I should include that in my food bank haul, because after I did that, I went shopping and I did my weekly food bank haul. So should I include that in with the haul, or should I do the haul and the volunteering day a separate video? That's kind of, I could merge it into one because I didn't get too much footage on the food bank. I couldn't quite get a tour of it or anything because it was already open when I got there. So I'm still working on getting a tour of the food bank. So that would be good to do separate when it's just a tour, but you think I should do it separate? Okay. Unless you want to do more footage touring with the food bank later and save it and do it together. Yes, I did send an email to my to one of the workers. They actually help run it. Sorry, one of the people who help run it, the managers of the food bank. And I sent her an email, but it was like Friday after they already left, that maybe I could come in early. And she does wonderful tours, and she gives tours to people all the time. So I was like, maybe she could give me a personal tour without the other shoppers there, you know. So that's what I was thinking. It might be better to wait until I can get a tour of the place, you know. But I'm just excited to show you guys some of the footage, you know. Unless you want to do footage touring. Okay, separate. Okay. You think roosters talk? Wait until a peacock gives you a scream. Oh my gosh, peacock scream. No, divide that video up. Okay, thank you, Susie. Good morning, Carolina. Good morning, Jupiter. How are you doing today? Every time the rooster makes noise, the dog comes to me like, what? Like, what are you watching, Mom? That's so funny. As long as it comes out soon. I feel that, Sarah. I feel that. It was super fun, though. It was super fun. I'm glad I got it. Oh, hey, Josh. Hi from the UK. Welcome. We live in town and we're considering quail instead of chickens. You can hand process and they lay and meat ready pretty fast. Yes, my Aunt Dinah raised quail for a long time. They're one of her favorite as well. And they're quiet, so yes, I would. Quail's a good idea. So I got those jars. Oh, wait, someone was saying when they tackle a project like that, and I missed it. Hold on. I'm going back. Who said that? I don't know. Whatever you guys have any advice on tackling projects there. Yes, they yell. I had to let my neighbor, country neighbor, so not close, know that I was indeed okay, and then I have acquired peacocks. Oh my gosh. I said it. Okay, thank you, Susie. What'd you say? Oh, bad. Okay, here we go. To tackle that huge job, divide it up into small piles and celebrate when you finish each pile. It prevents from being overwhelming. Yes, Susie, that is a good idea. Like, I'm just going to try and do like one dishwasher load at a time. So I ran most of my dishes yesterday. I could do another load, but it's only like a half load. So I'm going to get those put away. And then I'm collecting, I don't know, I think my dishwasher can hold about 4 dozen jars, I'm thinking. So I will collect that many. Right now, I'm going to do the ones that are just empty. I'm not going to worry about trying to get the rust off. For all those who are just joining, all my recent vintage jars, I got for free. I had to drive about 45 minutes to go get them, but it was worth it. So I had all these in the van, and then the kids, and then I did my food bank shopping. Oh my gosh, that was a full van, and it was heavy. And then my friend is moving, so I dropped the jars and the kids off, and then went to her, and she gave me a bunch of laundry baskets, got me a bunch of like kitchen utensils. She went through a lot of knives, so she's got a lot of knives in there. So I'm going to pick through what I want, and then I'm going to go through my kitchen stuff as well, and then anything I don't want, I'm going to add to that container, and then next time I go volunteer, I'm going to bring it with, well, I'm going to message that lady and make sure that she can take that kind of stuff. I'm sure it would be fine, and they would like that kind of stuff, kitchen utensils to put out for the non-food donations, and then the kids' bikes that are kind of beat up, but they still got some life in it for future kids to beat up. I'm going to see if she would like those, and then I'll just have them, like free. So any mom who needs a kid, because bikes can be expensive, like these Spider-Man bikes were like $80 brand new, like, and they're not that great. But so that way I can just give it to them, and if they can use it to hand out to other kids, They have a clothing rack where you can bring clothes. Like I've gotten some clothes from the kids from there. And when the kids outgrew their snowsuits, I took them there. So that's kind of nice to be able to swap clothing. I want a donkey talk about a screamer. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. They bite too, don't they? I guess horses bite too. The dog keeps dropping toys on my feet. I think it's time for the dog part. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you, Sarah. You have a great weekend as well. And then for the at the food bank, the volunteer one, they had a shelf where any food that's expired past the expiration dates. Oh, that's another thing. They have someone who sorts through and looks at expiration dates, and they have sheets that say if it's so many, weeks, months, years past this expiration date, then you can put it on the shelf. If it's past that, then they have a volunteer rack where it's eat at your own risk, and it's anything that is not eligible to donate to the food bank or donate to the shoppers for people to get, so that you can get it, but if it could be dented too severe or past the date. Like I picked up a thing of mincemeat that was from 2016 was the best by date. So I'm gonna try and use that pretty good though, because I think it'd still be fine. And bye Sarah, and I have no problem, having expired food and smelling it and stuff. So that was nice. And then they had some coffee beans that they said that they were stale and they got returned. And so that was on the volunteer rack. So any coffee, I'll grab. I'm like, I don't care. Stale. It still has caffeine in it. I'll take it. It's going to be a busy day, though, and a fun day, though. It's going to be nice and cool. So hopefully I can kick the kids outside. My mother-in-law is going to try and clean the pool. It's been out of commission for weeks now. And I'm like, all right, we're either going to clean it or we're going to put it up. Let's figure this out, because it's looking kind of tacky just sitting there. Just sitting there all deconstructed, you know. Like yesterday I had a mess. All right, we're cleaning up the yard. We collected all the balls, and I got the kids, the boys' skateboards. So I put skateboards all in there to collect all the toys, you know. Oh yes, bikes are expensive. The Easter Bunny bought nuggets, and wears a helmet, and she insisted on elbow and knee pads. Yes, I hate putting on elbow and knee pads on kids, though. But I know, safety. I'm glad they at least offer the expired items to people versus trashing them. It could also become pet food if the humans were uncomfortable using them. Exactly. So it's like, even when they can't offer it to shoppers, they still find a way to use it, you know. And they're super excited about me volunteering there, because I'll be able to help a lot with like produce, and you know, I'm going to try and come up with lots of recipe ideas. I'm only volunteering once a week, like on the schedule, but they have a sub list that you can sign up for shifts, and the shifts are usually 2 to 3 hours, and you can sign up and work whatever that shift is. So they have like the receptionist, where you're up there helping people, or you fill out like a form. So you interview them, you kind of just like letting them know about other resources, making sure they fill out the form correctly, things like that. And then you get your card, whatever card you're allowed, whatever card you have. And then you go out there and then you do your shopping. So there's that position. There's one that help bag up this stuff, where they box up food, or they have bags. When you're done shopping, they have people on the floor to help with people if they have any questions. Probably to monitor limits as well, to make sure people are following the limits. And I think I would be good as a person on the floor, because I'm good at talking about food, you know, and just being passionate about it. And I feel like I could help people come up with some ideas on produce that they don't really know what it is and stuff. So I don't know. I'm excited. Hey, T. I'm excited to get in on there a little more and just kind of see. I think it'd be good for me too, because the kids can be in the empower place, and they're fine watching the kids, as long as, if I'm volunteering, they don't mind watching the kids in the empower place for however long I'm volunteering, which is great. And it's great because they already know my kids, they already know me, so I kind of already feel like a part of the team. But now I'm getting back there and really get to see the people behind the lines and see what they do and see what the food bank's all about. And I don't know, and this one really does just blow all excuse me, coffee. This one really does blow all other food banks out of the water when it comes to the type of food, the quality of food, how much food, the just how they go over and beyond. Like, they have a roots program where I think it's once a month or twice a month they do deliveries of apples, potatoes, carrots, you know, normal pantry goods that they'll take to seniors and drop off at their house. So they have volunteer shift for that. Once a month you would come in there and you can assemble the boxes, and then they have it where you load the boxes on the car, and then they have the deliverer that goes to the people's houses and drop them off and bring them in for them, and then they come back. So it's like there's different ways to help with that program, like 3 different options, and that's like once a month or once every other week or something like that. And then they have another program, and then they have the kids assembly program, where for the kids lunches that you see where I get from the food bank, they have it where you can sit there and you can help assemble the lunches, or you can hand out the lunches at certain areas. So it's just like there's so many different opportunities to give back, you know. And I'm really excited about it. I've never volunteered before. I don't really know why. I've just been so busy, you know, and it's not really something that I did. My mom and dad didn't really volunteer anywhere, so I didn't really see them doing it, you know. And I've just been, I don't know, I feel like I've been living the rat race my whole life, working 2 to 3 jobs just to maintain just to make it through living and to pay for my college education while paying for an apartment, while trying to save up money and live a life. It was hard, you know. And so I didn't really have time, and I didn't, you know, the only volunteering I ever thought of was from a church, you know. So I didn't know how I could volunteer anywhere that wasn't church related, you know. And now I found it, and the kids are excited. They're like, Mama, you're going to be volunteering there? I'm like, I am. And they came back, and one of the workers came back and showed the kids me and what I was doing. And he's like, all right, well, let's go back now. And it's So now, and they say kids can help volunteer too. Kids could come help and pack the lunches. You know, they can put carrots in bags and stuff, and that would be good for them to get in on it too. And I don't know, I'm excited about it. I think this is a very good step for my family, and I think it's going to do wonders for us and just not only make me feel, you know, like I'm giving back, because I've had an amazing year, and I've just been blessed, like extremely. And I'm ready to share that, you know, and I was like, you know what, let's do this. I feel like I'm in a place in my life where I can give back with what I can, you know. So I'm excited about it. It was a really good fun shift. Oh, good morning, Sammy. Sorry I didn't see you in there. I feel you. We need to clean up our yard. It's so nice you're volunteering. You have a big heart. You're a really good person. Oh, thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. I try and, you know, just do what I can. And I feel like I've really grown since moving here and being around such a giving community. It makes you want to be a better person. It makes you want to give more. You know, I feel like I wasn't like this 5 years ago, but now I've started my channel and I'm, you know, exposed to other people who have struggles, other people who have been given opportunities, you know, other people who still see the positive and still do what they can and who are sharing their resourcefulness. You know, I've been exposed to a lot of good people through my channel and through moving here and being on the community. And I guess it's just kind of blown me away because I've never had that. You know, I've never felt like I've been part of a community or I've been welcome into a new place or, you know, people accept me, like you guys accept me for who I am. You accept my messes, you accept my pronouncing of words, you know, accept my crazy family and my interrupting kids, you know. You guys just, you know, you appreciate that I show that side and I appreciate that you accept that side. So I truly feel like I have found a bunch of my people, you know, and I'm super grateful for that. And this has been, I told husband this is going to be a great year. And so far it's been a phenomenal year. And I'm excited to see where this will lead up to, you know. It's been fun to work. I bet it's been fun to work at the food bank. Do they pick up all the food or is it bought? They're brought. They pick it up. So that's another shift you can do is you can drive to the stores. They do an early morning, like 6 to 7. You'll go and you'll pick up all the stores. You'll pick up all the food from the stores. Now, not all the stores donate to the food bank. Some of that food goes to a homeless shelter that they have that helps run the homeless shelter. So there's like 4 Albertsons in Missoula. 2 of those go to the food bank. The other 2 go to the homeless shelter. So there's 2 options for homeless or other people to access food. And sometimes they have stuff like where the deli and it's like the sandwiches that have expired, like, or anything like that, then they'll put that more towards the homeless shelter one and they'll swap like bulk items, things like that. But there's also those kind of stuff at the food bank as well, deli sandwiches or cold cut sandwiches that have expired, you know. But so yeah, so they have to go pick them up and then bring them back, and then they have people who sort them, and that's what I was doing. I was doing produce sorting, and then they have the ones who sort the dry food, the dry goods, and look for expirations and date. It's an important lesson to teach your children. We did it with ours, and now they are teaching their kids. Yeah, and that's something that wasn't taught to me as a kid. Was, you know, I was always taught to be nice to others and, you know, share and stuff like that, but I did not share very well growing up. I remember, I don't know if it's my addiction to food or just my ability to not share. But one thing that I remember from high school is I had a best friend and I got a 2-pack of those hosted cupcakes, you know, the chocolate ones with the thing. And I just love those. Those are my absolute favorite indulgence are chocolate hostess cupcakes. They're just so good. And I got one and she asked for one and I was just like, no, they're mine. She's like, but you have 2. And I'm like, well, I'm going to eat both of them. And she was like, you're not going to share? And I'm like, no. And I was just like, I remember that and I didn't feel like I was in the wrong. But as you grow up and you think back to times in your life, you know, it's just like, man, I couldn't even share my food with my best friend. You know, I was just like, no, this is mine. Like, and food has always been an issue with my family, you know, like my brother was, you know, he's a big guy, but he ate a lot of food growing up too, you know, and my dad would, I feel like now overreact and he would lock the fridge. And so we would have food insecurity because we wouldn't be able to access food because my dad would cut it off because he felt like we've had enough, you know. Not the best parenting tactic to handle food insecurity now that we're older, you know. And my dad has admitted to that. You know, they do the best they can with what they know, but you know, that's something that I want to be aware of and something that I would do differently as a parent. And so, but sharing and giving to others has always been, I don't know, I guess not a priority in my family, or just not something we did. So it's, and I don't want to be like that. I want to have that in my family, especially now since I'm at home, I'm homeschooling, I'm homesteading, I have the time, the kids are older, I'm not so locked into the house now. No, so why not? Why not? And it gets me out of the house, gets me some adult conversation that's the mama, mama, mama all the time, you know. I think you're going to love volunteering. It's rewarding knowing you're helping people. It is. I already feel that. I already feel the reward in it myself, you know, that, and it was only, actually, it only took like an hour. And then they're like, I was like, do you want me to do anything else? I still have another hour and a half. And they're like, actually, we're really good today. And you helped knock it out and stuff. I was like, okay. So I was able to get done early, but it was just, it was great. It felt rewarding to be able, and it was nice getting into food again, you know, because food's my passion. So I like getting in there and sorting food, you know. That's what I did in the restaurant all the time. Good morning, John. Linda says my grandson made some apple butter and canned it. Tasted much better than store-bought, and he didn't put any sugar in it. Yes, apple butter's so good, just with like the cinnamon. I put brown sugar, a little bit of brown sugar in mine, but yes, apple butter is so good, and it's so easy to do. I have an Instant Pot video where I made apple butter in the Instant Pot, and then I water bathed it, and it took a total of like 2 hours to get apple butter on my shelf, homemade, you know. When I used to go to the food bank, they'd always give a lot of good food. Even 5 years ago, it was fun when I volunteered as well. Yeah, and sometimes, like, especially on Fridays, so if they closed down over the weekend, whatever food normally would get tossed, that people not enough people showed up, or there's just a lot of extra food and it's not going to last till Monday, you know, they give it to the volunteers, which is phenomenal. What people today have forgotten these days is that parents used to teach their children how to work together in the community to benefit all. Yes, Susie, I think that is a good way of putting it. A lot of people have become, you know, me, and all about me and self-centered, and the world revolves around me. And I know that's just typical kids, and like, it's like you go around looking at life through your eyes, through your perspective, and it's hard to emphasize, you know, empathy for other people. And if your parents don't, like, you have to correct, like, for example, the other day I was carrying Gideon on my back across the river, and I tripped at the end and I scraped my knee and I dropped him into the water, and he's like, Mama, you dropped me in the water, how could you do that to me? And I'm like, Gideon, I fell too, you know, look, my knee's bleeding. Oh, Mama. I'm like, see, sometimes you don't always got to switch it and make it what I did to you. You know, it was an accident. It happened to both of us. So, you know, which is, it's hard. I don't want to be like, no, Giddy, now you got to look at me. Poor Mama got hurt. But I want to keep him from first instantly thinking of, what did you do to me? You know, I don't like that kind of attitude. And so that's really what I work on with him the most. And that was a good moment, you know, and he's like, oh, look, Mama got wet, you know, stuff too. So, and that happened to both of us. And I do agree with that it's hard for, you know, and parents aren't there at every single moment now to correct their kids when they do that, because they have lives. You're busy trying to feed and take care of your family, that you are not there every time to catch that, you know. Sometimes grandparents bring their grandkids to our food bank to volunteer. It gives the kids a chance to learn how much need there is. I just love seeing the kids there. Yeah, I think that's great. My daughter and I, several years ago, cooked a meal, took to the homeless shelter. Her teachers asked for help. It was so good to help, especially since my family has been helped. It's so wonderful to give back. It really is help. It really is. Like, this food bank has literally changed my life. So I'm just like, what can I do for you guys, you know? I have a kitty sitting on my chest holding me hostage. Oh, that's great. Let's see, John. I got the two cats out here. There's Yoda and Socks. They're hanging out with me. And then I got my turkey over here. Hey, Cake. And then I got my dog over there. There was another cat around here somewhere. Okay. Hi. If you're just getting here, make sure you thumbs this up for me. I know I've kind of been rambling. But it's my channel. I'll ramble if I want to. It's my channel, and I'll talk if I want to. Talk if I want to. You can mute me if you want to. If you don't like to hear me talk, then just thumbs this up. Okay. The coffee's kicking in. I found the more that I give away, the more I receive. Yeah. And it's like karma, right? Like it just, what you put out there is what you give back. And I've noticed in my life with me changing my perspective and my outlook on others and life just as I get older, as a, I'm 35, so I've had some experience, and it's just now that, and people have been so nice to me. It's like, man, it makes you want to be a better person, but it's just great. Like with this, for example, for these jars, those of you who are just getting here, you saw all my jars. For all these jars, this guy was giving them away for free. I saw the message an hour after he posted it. Well, husband saw it and sent it to me. And I was like, really, husband? That's a lot of jars. He's like, do it. I'm like, okay. Don't tell me twice. So I messaged him and we set up a time. And then I was wanting to move the time a little later. And because I didn't want to take the kids with me. But he was like, well, I got like 10 people behind you wanting it. And someone even offered to pay me $50 for him. I was like, oh, okay. So let me rearrange my schedule. And I brought the kids. I'm like, all right, sorry, kids, you coming. And you're just going to be crammed in the car. I almost had to leave a kid for some quart jars. It was close, but I made them in there. I brought way too many boxes and I filled up every single one. So it was way more than I thought. This ended up being a total of 303 jars. When I was thinking like 200, no. That was a crazy amount. But he said that, especially having someone offer to pay for him. And he was just like, well, I told you that you could get them first. So I wanted to honor that. I'm like, wow, well, I really appreciate that. Not everybody does that, And that has happened to my husband, where he is like, we had to get a new van because the truck broke down and he needs a work vehicle. So I like that van too. And he got it here. You want to see it? I'm not sure. It's a 2000. I don't know. I feel like one of my family members have owned it before because it looks familiar, but it's really nice. It has 3 passenger seats in the back and then a huge trunk. All right, don't mind my messy front there. Okay, and a huge trunk, so he can fit the ladder in it. He's gonna have to get a ladder rack for the top of it, but he can fit his ladder in there. Has room for all of his tools, and like this can fit our whole family. Plus, if anybody comes to visit, like my dad and stepmom are gonna come visit me. Shoot, in 2 weeks now they will be here, and we're gonna be going on some adventures with them. So now we can all fit in one vehicle together. Because last year we had to take 2 vehicles, which is kind of a pain because we're driving 2 hours to a destination. It'd be nice to have them in the vehicle so we can talk during that time, So that's nice. Eventually we'll have to trade in my van too. It's getting ready to crap out. Like, I know, luckily I have a mechanic for a husband, so he can fix the problems. But he's like, I can only fix it for so long. We're going to need something else. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could get like a Subaru Forester or something, like a little smaller that can just hold me and the kids. And then if necessary, we could put the 3 kids in the back and have me and husband for all 5 of us to go somewhere. That's a little easier on gas, just for the running around, so I don't have to take the van, I don't know. It's like, it's always something, right? Well, always, and we've had that van for 5 years now, and we moved to Missouri with it. The red van back there. We moved to Missouri with it. I've gone to Missouri twice with it since then. I used it for my DoorDash and my Instacart delivery. So she is well loved, that van. And so it's time, I feel, but it's just like, it's always one thing, yeah, now we got to focus on the vehicles, I actually post a couple away, Hostess. I actually put a couple away so I can get a pack. Yeah, Hostess are so good. Hi, Lisa. They have all of the different like unique flavors of them now. I'm like, nah, I just like the regular chocolate. Yes, the kids are learning to swim, especially with the river we have. We found a spot in it that has like a flowing over a log and then a log behind it. So it's kind of like a little patch of like flowing water where they can kick and swim against the current to kind of help learn how to swim. But they can put their feet down and it's not like in their face kind of stuff. So we went to the river the other day because I have a life vest that I'm testing out. And I got some good footages of Betty Gian giving it a good test and practicing her swimming. So yeah, they're doing really good in the swimming. And Conrad used to be a little scared of the river and of getting under and swept away. But he's doing much better this year on it. And he's just been really brave and getting in there and splashing. So we've been having a lot of fun. Like the river's our best friend this year. Especially last week, husband had to take the van because we didn't have this van yet. So we were sharing vehicles. So pretty much I was stuck at home a lot last week. with the kids, and we just rode our bikes down to the river and played in there for a little bit. So that was nice, especially when it was like 100 degrees. Now you can a lot. I have probably that many empty jars right now. Well, that's good to know. I have all this plus what I have in the garage. I'm like, husband, we're gonna have to reorganize the garage next. It may be imprinted in bottom. My husband has gotten us a bunch of jars and some dates were etched in the bottom. Oh, okay. Don't get a Ford Escape. I love them, but the ones I've had crap out after a year and need to visit mechanic repeatedly. Okay, Escapes. Yeah, I was thinking some kind of Subaru. They seem to be really popular in Montana. Oh, hey, Violet. Yes. I need to go get more coffee soon. When it comes to canned food, what is the oldest food that any of you remember eating? Now, I don't know about home canned food, but I've had a 14-year-old jar of cranberry jelly from a tin can. It was not good. A neighbor had a rooster who used to go over through the neighborhood. We looked forward to seeing him on his daily walks. Oh, that's so funny. Even chickens have personalities, you know. Water Wings, Nugget loves her, so I don't have to worry so much now. Just watch me cheeks that. Yes, Water Wings are good. The kids I think, are a little older for the Water Wings. That's why they just like the vest. And this one has a pad on the back, which at first I was like, that's kind of weird, but with a handle on it. But Betty Jean could lay down, and it kept her head afloat that way. I was like, oh, I actually do like that. So it was a really good, so many uses. Yeah, it was a really good, life vest. So that was fun. I wanted to go to an actual lake and try it in a lake versus just our river that we always go to that you guys have seen before. I wanted to go on a new adventure and go to like a new lake or something, but with the van down, you know, we couldn't wing it. We couldn't swing it. Yes, we couldn't swing it, so just a regular one, but it turned out really good, and the kids had a lot of fun, and she got a lot of good swimming in, and I made smoothies and popcorns after that, and they just chilled, so that was nice. I got some quiet time. All right. Oh my goodness, guys, my body's getting stiff already. I need to start stretching. That's one thing I was thinking about doing, to start another content creator video idea. I was thinking of, you know, possibly, because anything for content. Sorry, I had to make fun of my influencer self there for a minute. But I was thinking about like exercising with the kids, and then maybe you guys could get your kids on it too, and we could do like some simple exercising, because I want to start getting the kids active and stuff, you know. Because we took the kids to the doctor, and Conrad's a little on the bigger side. Like, he's big built too, which reminds me a lot of my family, but he's also, you know, got a belly. Poor guy. And I don't want them to go through. Hold on. You're going to stare at my shirt while we go into my messy house. Do. And look, my house has been clean this whole time. Yeah. What, you guys can't keep your house 100% clean all the time? Get out of here. There's some of my food bank haul. I'm going to film it today. I'm so bad about holding stuff over. Good morning, sweetheart. Oh, you got bedhead. I posted the chicken video today. I was talking with the chickens.
Painting their toes?
No, we haven't painted their toes yet. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a video of
a little girl painting the chicken's toes.
Yeah, painting our toenails with nail polish. We're like, we could do that. Maybe we'll do that today. Which chicken's toenails do you want to paint? Luna's? That's a good choice. Yeah, because, what's the name? What's the fluff ball's name? Snowy. She's got, look, there's your name. Do you see it?
Yeah.
H-I. Do you know what that spells? H-I?
Hammer.
It spells hi. So she's like, hi, Betty Jean. Her name was Violet. You say hi, Violet. Woo!
I know.
Anybody else's kids got to start wearing deodorant? I'm like, no, deodorant. Did you sleep good?
I slept for a long time.
You slept for a long time.
Check on the chicks.
Ow. Okay, you want to go check on the chicks?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go check on the chicks. Well, I'm probably going to get going, guys. Got my food bank haul. We got corn, squashes.
Mama, can I show them a silly face?
Sure, show them a silly face. Oh my gosh, that's pretty silly. I'm gonna get this dishwasher unloaded and get some of those jars in. Try running very hot water on them and wrap a rubber band around the top. Thank you, Patty. I listened to this while walking this morning. It makes time go by faster. Oh, thank you, Lona.
You guys like my uniform.
I'm really bad at remembering names. It's okay. Let's see, I love that movie Holes. Watch the kids over and over. Yeah, we haven't seen Holes. We need to watch it. Oh, Violet says, tell the boys hi when they get up.
Tell the boys hi
Yeah.
when they get up.
Linda says, years ago, I worked 3 jobs to take care of my kids. Sometimes I'd be so tired when I walked out the door, I had to stop and think what job I was going to. Oh, Linda, I feel that. Like, it's rough. Especially, like, my Aunt Betty always seemed to be working 3 jobs to take care of her boys. You know, like, she was a hard-working mama, and that reminds me a lot of that. I worked 3 jobs in college, and then I kind of went to 2, but it was, like, a full-time job and then a part-time job, and they're usually both in the cooking field, like a bakery and then a line cooking. Or one time I had 2 line cooking jobs. One time I worked in the casino as a buffet and then had a line cooking job, so it was rough. Get out of here. All right, guys, we're going to get going. Oh, sorry, Blue Eyes, you just got here. But yeah, I was in an Uber tonight and I was tagging them if I could, but it was a Subaru Forester and it was magnificent. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Some lady zoomed past me on the highway in one. I'm like, ooh, that's a good looking car. Husband. Hey, Conrad, good morning.
I'm not actually awake. I was just going pee.
Okay, he's not actually awake. He's just going potty. Okay, all right, guys. We'll talk to you later and I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears. Have a good weekend.
She's like a woman.